This is going to be our top bottom sequence, and we're going to start with the cervical spine. Now, with the cervical spine, there's 4 cardinal movements. There is flexion extension, which is along the sagittal plane, lateral flexion, which is along the coronal plane, and rotation, which is along the transverse plane. The 4th motion is translation, and that's what we're going to start with, because translation couples with each and every one of those planes of movement. So what we're going to first do is we're going to take a benchmark of what we notice with our flexion and extension. What do we notice with our lateral flexion? And what do we notice with our rotation? Take a moment and write down your observations. Now we're going to come to translation. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. The first plane of motion that we're going to do is we're going to move front to back. We're going to glide forward, glide back. Now here, the eyes are staying reasonably level to the horizon. Good. Now we're going to go side side. As we glide to the side, the eyes stay horizontal to the horizon, and we're going to go side side. Now, you may notice that there is a slight arc at the crown of my head. That is because the length of the cervical spine is changing with the radius that becomes a length. The fulcrum is somewhere in the upper thoracics because the thoracic and cervical are coupled. So that's side, side, front, front. We're going to combine that into a circle. Side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back. Smooth that out into a nice circle. And then we'll change directions. Good. Now we're going to add complexity to this because we're going to join another plane of motion. We're going to rotate to one side. Front, back. Side, side. And circles. Then we're going to rotate to the opposite side. Front, back. Side, side. And circles. And change direction. Now these motions are going to be very challenging for most of you because these are motions that we don't typically train. And so you're going to be wanting to spend a lot of time on your neck mobility. After we've completed those variations of translation, we're going to come back to our benchmark, but this time we're going to add translation to it. So we will glide forward and then come to flexion, glide back, come to extension, forward and back, forward and back. Take inventory of how much range of motion that increased by coupling translation with it. Same thing with side, side. We'll glide side, then bring ear over. Glide side, ear over, side, slide. Good. Now for rotation, there isn't a specific translation activation because it's coupled with the facets. And so we just go into rotation and notice that the rotation has increased.